Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special episode of BizzTalk Africa. And this is our second edition of the Startup Show in Africa. I am here today with my co-host and our startup mentor, Shadrach Kubiane. Shadrach, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you. Great anticipation. Counting down. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. As you guys know, I'm Jason Schuster, your host, and I'm here from BizzTech. Today's show is, if you didn't catch our show last time, what we're doing is essentially kind of like a Dragon's Den or a Shark Tank, but specifically for exciting startups in Africa. And what we're going to do is we're going to have 5 startups on. Each of those startups are going to have 2 minutes to pitch us their idea and their business, and 3 minutes where Shadrach and I will ask them questions. And after those 3 minutes, we'll move on to the next one. So it's really fast. Everyone gets 5 minutes. And at the end of the show, we will pick a winner. And that winner will come on to BizzTalk in a few weeks and have their very own BizzTalk show where we can dive much deeper into their business. Should be fast-paced, should be exciting. What do you think, Shadrach?
Edge of the seat. We are on the edge of the seat. We are on a search for Africa's next unicorns. So no pressure at all for those that are coming on board, but we are on the search. We are on the lookout. really.
That's exciting. That's right. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, Shadrach, you tell us who each guest is, introduce them, and then let's get it going. So Shadrach, who is our first guest today? Our first contestant, I guess. They're really contestants.
Yes. Of course. We are going to have Bajo, who will be coming through with Wiglin Smart Solution. Thank you kindly.
Awesome. Welcome, Bajo. How are you?
I'm good, Jason. Is it Shadrach? Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong.
All good.
It's okay. All right, Bajo, you have 2 minutes. Give us your pitch.
I'm a guy with a tech background, so maybe regarding the business aspect, I might not deliberate much on that area. Just like as I just mentioned, I'm Ensha Bajo. Like I'm a Gambian, but like I come up with a weekly smart solution idea. This is a real life solution that I built from scratch up to where it is. Like I built the idea from my master's degree thesis. That I did some research on like IoT devices. So like I do some testing with some Arduino boards and a Raspberry Pi and see like this thing really works. I think like it can solve a lot of problems back home. So like this idea, I started pushing it. I designed my own device. This is my own device. I built it by myself. So I designed my own device. Like the top players in the industry reach out to me. It's not like they reach out and say, why not you come and work with us? Come and join us, because they see the potential in Africa. They see how this thing, how it is working in the West, like Europe, US, and like some part of the Asia. So like, but like it is still absent in Africa. If you look at the cost of the devices, it's pretty cheap. The IoT devices are very cheap. But like if you, for example, this device now, if I deploy it on the ground, like I don't need to change the battery. I don't need to do something like a maintenance fee. I have to put it there for 5 years. I only maintenance it once, and like don't need like an internet connection wherein I can say, okay, every device have to get a connection. I can use only one access point, where like 1,000 devices are going to be connected to the access point. So I pay one internet bill, then I'm serving like more than 1,000 households on this device. So like I look at the idea, I think it's pretty good. Then I try to mobilize some people, some friends in Africa. I say, why not? Can we just put this to work?
Okay. Excellent. Great job, Bajo. Thank you I appreciate that. So Shadrach, I'm going to send it over to you. What's our first question for Bajo?
Thank you kindly. Bajo did mention that he comes more from a tech background. And it's very interesting how he evolved his device and therefore his business out of academia and into the business world. The question then becomes, you know, Silicon Valley was built on co-founders, 3 founders, 4 founders. Are you flying solo going forward, or are you going to compensate for the business side, or are you going to bring another pilot into your cockpit from a startup perspective? What's your take on that? Yeah, tech and business. Yes, tech and business. You say you've got the tech covered. What about the business? Are you going to acclimatize to that, or are you going to bring a second pilot in the cockpit?
Good. That's a good question. Like the time I come up with this idea, after building everything, I don't start it by myself. I try to invite some friends to come and join because I'm not. The thing is like my force. What motivates me first is like I don't want to build it and use it by myself. I want to build it, give it to people to use it. I can focus on other areas. So I invite like 2, 3 friends that have like business background, business idea. Like those people are the ones that are working the, like trying to push the idea in Africa. So like I'm in charge of the, like build the platform. I can be in Taiwan here monitoring everything because it's like it's remotely controlled. So those people are there. They are just pushing everything, do the marketing, the sales, and everything. So like when there's a problem in the tech area, I can come in and help.
That's brilliant. So I've got a quick follow-up question on that before Jason leans forward. So quick one. You know, you did something brilliant. Tangible device, tangible device. The question is, that's product, right? What is the business? What pain points are we solving? You did mention lowering of internet cost. You did mentioning a first in Africa. You did touch a bit on the demand from incoming partners. But quick question, just quick one. What problems are we solving? And very neatly, how did we solve them in a differentiated way? When I say we, I'm referring to you.
Like the thing here is like here we are using a technology called LoRa. LoRa is like long range wireless. Long range, it can cover like 20 kilometers, and like the data rate is pretty small. It's like when I say hi to you, hi. This thing, the bandwidth that I use, hi. If I send it to you, means like maybe I'm consuming a little bit of your data than you browsing the internet and everything, something like that. So like the transmission is like
I'm so sorry, Bajo. We're out of time. Thank you so much for your pitch and for your questions. Great questions, Shadrach. Thank you, Bajo. All right, Shadrach, who is our next guest?
We have drum roll. We have Tony. We have Tony from Groligo.
Oh, perfect. Hello, Tony. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm doing great.
Excellent. Glad to have you here. All right, 2 minutes.
To be
Give us your pitch. Tell us about Groligo.
Okay, so straight to the point. I'm Oluwatoni. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Groligo. What we're creating with Groligo is essentially an environment that makes it possible for anybody to give out or get loans at any time. The solution sounds this simple, but the magic is in the possibilities it allows us to create, especially for the Nigerian space. The current reality here is the maximum you can make on your savings annually is capped at 15%. But Groligo is expanding this cap by a difference of 105%, because as a lender on our platform, your loans are generating a 10% monthly interest because they are servicing borrowers at a 10% monthly repayment rate, which actually is 15 to 25% lower than the current existing solutions on the market. So we're doing this, and at the same time, we're increasing the earning potentials for our lenders by 120%, which is huge. I had to go into the numbers there to give a clear example, but what we're doing with Groligo is moving beyond the current system of building a solution around the money, and rather creating an environment where lenders and borrowers can interact with that money. So we do the heavy lifting, they make requests, it's that simple. We try to describe it as like Uber, but for money. So lenders join pools of the amounts they want to loan out. We issue out these pools as loans. We notify them when it's been issued, when it's been repaid. the terms of repayment, and borrowers make loan requests, we review their loan request against their bank statements and other indicators to make loan decisions. And yeah, it's essentially that simple. And we knew to create something like this in this space, we needed to have a strong system of a strong foundation for loan reconciliation, for risks, minimizing risks. So we set out to partner with 5 top players in this space. One,
Oh, I'm sorry, Tony. It's all right. Hey, it was good. It was good. I think I kind of knew, I understood where you were going with it. So let's dive into some questions. Shadrach, let's lead us off. What's your first question for Tony?
Brilliant, brilliant. I've got one question. You seem to have covered a bit of ground, market traction in terms of figuring out what works, risk mitigation. However, you also mentioned, just looking at the numbers, 15% is the ceiling in Nigeria in terms of your earnings in the typical market. You are disrupting that market. Is it 105% that you have extended the ceiling to? Is that 105?
We're extending from 15%. Yeah.
From 15% to 105. I just want to get the numbers right.
120%. From 15% to 120. So there's a difference of 105.
I want to get the numbers right before I ask the next question. My question, and my only question for now, is regulators. We have seen regulators in Nigeria kind of like interrupting certain market flows in the other sector, in crypto. You are in the finance sector where you are creating the Uber or the lending platform for borrowers and lenders. Quick one, are you seeing any regulatory concerns that investors must be on?
We've put this, we've already set this up. We have every single license we need to make this possible to bring the solution to the market. So regulation, we've taken care of that.
That's
brilliant. Over to you, Jason. What are your thoughts there?
I love it. So I would say that obviously this idea of peer-to-peer lending, which I'm guessing is kind of where this comes down to. Yeah, this is a new space. It's I know that it's growing. It's really interesting. My question is how do we ensure the transactions? How do we protect people who are lending, and how do we ensure that borrowers are paying back?
We do that. So our model is different from the traditional peer-to-peer lending, where we take on the work of reviewing the loan request. We are taking care of the matchup. So it's different from other peer-to-peer lending platforms where you leave the users to do what they do. We are the middlemen. So we do the loan reconciliation, the collection. If there's a default, we refund the lenders in full. And also borrowers on our platforms have the same interest rates no matter their credit scores, because we notice that's one of the main issues they have too. So because we experienced the pain points personally, we created our solution around these pain points. That's why it sits so well in the market, because we had that personal experience with it.
Wow, fantastic.
Yes, so I've got a parting question before our facilitator takes over. BlackRock, which is a giant finance player, has got a platform called Aladdin. That has been a sweet spot. But in terms of your platform, peer-to-peer, are we seeing any patents around it to create a moat on it, or what's happening from an investor peace of mind?
It's all right, Tony. Hey, I really appreciate it. Fantastic job. Thanks for being here. And all right, okay. Let's go to our next one. Shadrach, who is our next contestant?
Brilliant. We've got engineer Ekweme Michael. Thank you. And he's bringing up front. Yes.
Perfect. Oh, Ekweme, you are muted.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for being here. 2 minutes. Give us our pitch.
Okay, my name is Engineer Kwema Nyadibe. I'm the founder and CEO of S-Front Trader. What we're bringing to the market is a digital retail savings infrastructure, which is meant to compete with the standard savings system from the commercial banks. So what we have in Nigeria is what we call the privileged and the underprivileged, where the unprivileged are given a kind of savings scheme of about 2% per annum. But with our system, using the capital market that is registered and that is regulated, we can be able to give these clients between 10 to 20%. We have been under the regulators' assessment for over 3 years, and we're able to make an return on investment of over 62% per annum. We have done this by actually imitating these treasury operations of standard banks on this our digital platform. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. Nice and tight. Appreciate that, Michael. Okay. First question to you, Shadrach. Go ahead. Lead us off.
Yes, thank you kindly. You've mentioned that you have been under regulatory observation. Sometimes startups see themselves as a bit more detached and being in a parallel economy away from regulation. How did you get that right? On the one hand, you are kind of like walking alongside regulators. On the other hand, you are actually going head to head with bankers. How is it being in that space where you are crossing regulators, fighting bankers?
We have two regulators. We have the central bank, and then we have the security exchange system. So under the exchange security exchange, we call it SEC. We can open savings account under the CSCS accounts. Okay, these have their KYCs, they have the BVN, they have their NIM. These are all identity systems, and we use that to create a kind of risk management platform for clients to be able to ensure that their savings are safe and tight. SEC has its own way of seeing the fintech industry. The central bank has its own way of seeing the fintech industry. But lucky for us, the SEC is more friendly to fintechs than the CBN itself.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thanks a lot.
I have a quick question, Michael. What kind of traction are you experiencing so far?
Fantastic. At least for the 3 years under the assessment, we're allowed to take up to 100 clients. We did up to 29 clients, kept it at that level. Once we started the assessment, we were able to collect over 300 million. And as I said, we did a return on investment of 26% per annum, meaning that we have enough space where we make expenses to at least come down to a level that is accepted to most investors as natural as a return.
Wow, fantastic. And how would you say that your model is different from your competitors? What's your biggest differentiator?
The trick is the kind of engineer I am. I'm a neural network engineer. I'm a network engineer. So we had to create a robot advisor that will make sure we can be able to time and train the market. And this gives us an advantage of knowing when to buy more fixed income and when to offload the fixed income. This way, we're able to get for the clients the best market-oriented returns and have them stored up for the clients to be able to distribute it to them when they need it. So recently, the market in Nigeria went all the way to zero. We knew we had enough of the high ones from a year ago. So you should be able to do this to be able to manage that system. That's what treasury is all about.
Fantastic. Shadrach, back to you. Do you have another question for a follow-up for Michael?
Brilliant. So risk management falls within one of your verticals or your daily focus. How do you then kind of like move that aspect to kind of like build resilience around your business, especially with the instability of the currency in Nigeria and other economic factors? How do you build resilience to incoming investors to assure them?
Remember, we are trying to solve the financial inclusion problem. Okay, over 50% of Nigerians are banked. Almost 90% are unprivileged.
All right. Hey, Michael, we're out of time. Thank you so much. That was a fantastic job, honestly. Really well, nice and tight. Thank you for being here, Michael. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Shadrach, who is our next guest? Our next contestant?
We have John Bosco coming through with Bitspace.
Perfect. John Bosco, co-founder of Bitspace. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Okay.
All right.
2 minutes. Give us your pitch, John.
All right. So my name is John Bosco, and I'm the co-founder of Bitspace. So we are on a mission to monetize all stranded energy in Africa, starting with flared gas in Nigeria. Basically, we'll monetize the stranded energy into cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, as you know, the Bitcoin network currently consumes more than 100 terawatts of energy per 100 terawatts of energy per hour as of 2020. And the industry has discovered that it is far cheaper to use flared gas to mine cryptocurrencies, because with flared gas, we can get electricity cost less than 3 cents per kilowatt hour. So what we're trying to do is to use containerized cryptocurrency miners and containerized gas to electric generators, deploy them in the field, and use that way to convert the natural gas into digital currencies, all in the field, right? So far we have a traction of partnering with a local oil and gas company in Nigeria who has more than 60 million scoop of gas available, and we have a contract with him to monetize 250,000 scoop of gas, which is enough for a 1 megawatt mining facility. We also have a commitment of $1 million from a local investor to add to the target we need to start the 1 megawatt mining facility. So we're looking for investments in 2 categories. One is a $2.1 million investment to start mining with a 1 megawatt facility. That investment will create 50 Bitcoins in 4 years. The other one is $5.4 million for a bigger facility that will generate 130 Bitcoins in 4 years as well. And in terms of our team members, we have myself, Mr. Kola Akimiwa, Mr. Sami, who is in charge of the gas and power generation part of it, Mr. Tena, who's our head of legal services, Mr. Dapo, who's also our CFO. I think that's all for now. Thank you.
Perfect. Hey, thank you, John Bosco. Appreciate it. All right, Shadrach, follow us up with your first question.
Yes, thank you kindly. Brilliant to note your existing traction, including the $1 million US commitment there. My question then becomes, cryptocurrency mining has not traditionally been an African forte or an African majority sport. How are you navigating that to acclimatize the market to the idea of having cryptocurrency mining here now that you are availing energy? That's one. And are you availing those miners in-house, or are you contracting them in to utilize or ride on your energy?
So yes, we want to pioneer mining cryptocurrency in Nigeria. It is not popular yet, and the way we want to do that is basically to buy the miners and mining equipment we need from foreign producers in the US and China, ship them down here, assemble them with our team, and then start operation. The components you need to start mining are not that difficult to put together and operate. So we have the technical know-how in-house. We just need funds to buy the equipment we need and start operating. And also the same components or same mining operation can be set up in other African countries like Ghana, Angola, South Sudan, wherever you have natural gas. That's
excellent.
Thank you kindly. Over to you, Jason.
My biggest question is that with energy being I would say a pain point for most African countries, and I wouldn't say that I'm an expert in this area, especially not in Nigeria specifically, but mining cryptocurrency, for I understand, consumes a tremendous amount of energy. How are you guys really solving that problem in Nigeria?
Right. So you're right, and most majority of the household in Africa don't have grid power, right?
Right.
So we are not competing with grid power. The same electricity meant for industries and household, because it will then be more expensive. In Nigeria right now, grid power is more expensive than 4-5 cents per kilowatt hour, which we need to mine profitably as a crypto miner. So we're looking for that energy that's being wasted. Either it's excess sunlight or wind or natural gas that is being flared. So we're looking for the energy that the grid doesn't or cannot utilize. That's what is best for crypto miners, because we found that those kinds of energy sources are cheap.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a very creative solution. Yes. And then you said that this investment that you're looking for should generate 50 Bitcoins in 5 years. Is that correct?
4 years. 4 years. Yeah.
In 4 years.
Yes.
Are you also mining Ethereum or just Bitcoin?
We're focusing on Bitcoin for now. Yes.
Bitcoin for now. Okay. Excellent. So obviously, as Bitcoin goes up, that okay. That's all I have. John Bosco, thank you so much. Excellent pitch.
Well.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thanks, John Bosco.
Shadrach, please introduce our final contestant.
Certainly, we have Joel Olomide, who is bringing in JKO Limited.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Welcome, Joel.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Joel Olumide. I'm from Nigeria. The last 8 years, I've worked in different parts of agriculture. This has awakened the great opportunity in agriculture, and I've also got to know about the good that comes with agriculture. Yeah, the problem we intend to solve are health, environment, and of course, food security. The great value we bring to Africa and our clients is innovation, quality, and professionalism. We look forward to raising capital to tackle hunger and food security in Nigeria first, then Africa and the world at large. Thank you for the brief opportunity to share my background and the main points we are solving. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Joel. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Shadrach, lead us off with your first question for Joel.
Thank you so much, Joel. This should be easy for you, Joel, given your 8-year journey in agriculture, as you mentioned and you shared with us. So one of the 3 pillars we're building: health, environment, food security. From an industry perspective, with your 8-year reservoir of knowledge, why do you think Africa has not been getting food security right in terms of being food secure or food ready? Let me throw in a context there. I think 2 years ago, we imported $45 billion worth of food, but we've got arable land. What are we getting wrong? You're an expert. Talk to us.
Okay, yeah, thank you for your question. So, the major challenge we have in Nigeria now is the technology and the technical know-how. Most of our farmers here still go by the old traditional way of farming. So we don't yet know so much technology. And my immediate project, thank you for your question. My immediate project now is to make use of a technology I acquired from Florida in the US. It's called Kimnasi Plant Booster. It works with the irrigation system. So over there, they've tried it in so many countries: Colombia, Peru, the US, Spain, Italy, and so far it's generated tremendous results. And they've been able to drive yield by, in many cases, 50% higher, 70% higher, without the use of fertilizer as a source of input. So I believe if we can get to know these kind of technologies and bring them down to the country and apply them into our agricultural system, we're going to generate good yield and profit.
Excellent. Excellent.
Jason.
Now, Joel, let me ask you a question. What is the biggest differentiator in your technological solution for agriculture compared to some of the other kind of ag tech or agri-tech solutions that we're seeing pop up in Africa?
Yeah, so from my understanding of the current ag tech going on in the country, I think these guys just leverage on the farmers. They go to get their produce and then sell. So I am not just doing that. I'm growing that. I'm growing the food. I recently acquired a 3 acres farm to grow tomato and pepper. So from the yield from this field alone, I am sure that I'm going to go into the market, not just leveraging on someone else's sweat and just buying it from them for like, for example, let's say $1,000 per ton, and then go and sell for $10,000 per ton. That's not what I'm doing. I'm in the process, and I'm going to leverage on the market and everything. I'm going to be involved from start to finish. So I believe mine is totally different from the general agricultural startup.
Great input. A follow-up question on what Jason asked before the bell goes off. You are bringing in a solution from Florida. Your ownership from those that are coming in to invest.
Almost, Shadrach. Almost. So close. Joel, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Of course. All right. So, Dirk, if you could, let's bring Joel backstage and let's have a brief conversation. So, as you guys know, we have to pick a winner. but I want to preface this next discussion with all 5 of these startups are fantastic. All of you have good traction. Dirk is giving everyone a tough time. That's right. I appreciate that, Michael. So as we have this discussion, keep in mind that if we don't pick you, it doesn't mean that you did a bad job or anything like that. Just we have to pick a winner, and we're looking at criteria of traction, pitch, market fit, etc. So just keep that in mind. All of you did fantastic. So Shadrach, I'd like you kind of your initial thoughts on who, if you have a top 1 or 2 that we should move forward today, and I'll share my thoughts.
That's a good one, and I think going back to our colleague Vidya, before she okay, her earlier thoughts. Vidya said, keep it short, keep it real. Why would I want to do business with you? I think that's a bit of the guiding landscape. We have quite some solid offers in the room. I would have outsourced to Jason and Vidi to say, you make the decisions while I'm watching.
I'll tell you what. Oh yeah, then I'll start. So listening to everybody, and having been on this side of many pitches, or sorry, I should say on your side of many pitches. I actually believe that the two that stood out to me as having traction, clear message, understanding what's going on. My 2 choices would have been Upfront and Growly Go. And so these are both of these startups did very, very well. And if I had to choose between the 2, I believe that I would go with Growly Go, solving a really interesting pain point, but also pioneering a very new concept of peer-to-peer lending in a big way. That's a hot topic for me. So what about you, Shadrach? What were your thoughts?
You've touched on the Upfront and Growly Go. I don't know if it's the words and the rhyming that Upfront comes up front. I don't know that, but you're quite right. The Growly Go, the peer-to-peer lending, especially with financial inclusion, having been a phrase thrown around for a couple of decades, now seeing a fintech like that who is putting some practical muscle to really distilling and solving that problem in real time and in real terms, I think I will put my head in there. But at the same time, I want to repeat the words that you said earlier on. We are thinking we've got some 5 solid propositions in the room, and Africa needs these founders to actually take their game to the next level. So whatever we decide here doesn't mean, oh no, you know what, you've got no more jet fuel, ground the plane. Instead, it's the opposite. Keep flying, but for practical purposes and audiences, we just cherry-picked Growly Go. Thank you.
Absolutely, and I check with the rest of the BizzTech team who's watching right now, and so the decision is actually unanimous now. Congratulations to Oluwatoni and Growly Go. You guys are the winners of this week's show. Thank you so much for being here. We will schedule a BizzTalk with you in a few weeks or so. It could, I know the schedule's getting pretty tight. That's right. Congratulations. And looking forward to really diving more into your solution, hearing more about the business, and yeah, let's see where we go. And once again, to everybody else here, guys, this was really tough. These are some great solutions, all of them hitting pain points for Africa. Really well done. Congratulations, Oluwatoni and Growly Go.
Thank you.
Looking forward to our show together. And Shadrach, thank you for being a wonderful co-host.
Thank you, my friends.
You as well.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Thanks.
All right, Oluwatoni, we'll be in touch with you, and we'll get this thing scheduled. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
To all of our contestants, thank you again. Such a wonderful show. This is I love these special shows that we do. I can't wait to do more of them. And to our audience, thank you for all of your support. BizzTalk Africa would not be anything without the support that we get from the market right now. So thank you so much. Shadrach, see you very soon. Oluwatoni, see you very soon. Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
All right, until next time, have a good one.
Thank you.